Avengers Infinity War is the culmination of 10 years and 18 films worth of interconnected storytelling. But what's next? And we don't mean Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel, we mean after that, Phase 4 and beyond. We interviewed Infinity War directors Joe and Anthony Russo, who are kind of a big deal at Marvel these days, so they should know a thing or two about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. First things first, we asked them, will we ever get a totally new original hero not based on the comics in the MCU?
For sure. I mean, you mean original?
That's
hero.
a great question. Within the MCU, I think that's a great question for like the next phase of Marvel. Yeah, that's it. Look, we do take a lot of inspiration from the books, but the story is never based directly on something that happened entirely in the books. So there is these stories that we're telling do take a huge departure from what the narrative was in the books, frankly. But yeah, that's a very interesting question, having a completely original lead in a Marvel movie.
Death is a bit of a joke in the MCU. Remember when Agent Coulson died? Yeah, that didn't last very long, did it? And it's the same in comic books. It's become a bit of a cliche. The Russos approach things differently though.
Marvel's been writing a book for the last 10 years. This is the final chapters of the book. And of course there are going to be some endings and there are going to be some new beginnings, but we're guys who believe in stakes. It's what we like in our storytelling. We like emotional realism. It's what we like bringing to comic book films. I think that's sort of the one consistency you'll see between all four of our movies. And there's going to be some surprises, and we keep saying to the audience, be prepared, get ready.
Is there like a thing when you guys sat down, you're like, right, someone has got to die, someone big's got to die?
Well, if you're gonna end the book, you want to end it satisfactorily. And for conflict with a villain, if a villain wants something so insane as to wipe out life in half the universe, and that villain is virtually invincible, what is it going to cost you to beat that villain? It's going to cost you a lot.
Disney's currently got a deal in the works that would see them acquire 20th Century Fox, the people that currently own the movie rights to characters like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. This deal could potentially open up the MCU even wider, giving scope for no end of awesome Marvel team-ups.
One of my prized possessions is Incredible Hulk 181. It's the introduction of Wolverine. I think he'd be an amazing character to introduce into this world. The X-Men, the Burn Run from the 90s was a big book for me. I'd love to see Fantastic Four done in a way that I would understand as a comic book fan, and there's a lot of toys to play with.
We also asked some of the cast of Infinity War who they'd like to see enter the MCU fold.
Sebastian earlier was mooting the idea of this anti-hero film.
Oh yeah. We should have.
It'd be interesting to see. The Winter Soldier and Magneto. I don't know. Wouldn't it be weird?
All those guys.
All those guys.
It's so wild to even think about the X-Men. Coming in. Yeah.
The Fox deal goes through with Disney. Now there's a whole nother array of characters that become available, and combinations with characters that are, that we would salivate over, and I'm sure other fans would. So, I don't know, I feel like that's probably mission 2 is like Black Panther, amazing success. They have new characters coming in through Fox if the deal closes. They have new characters that are just exploding in popularity around the world. So I think they have a direction to head in for the next phase.
And speaking about the next phase, is that something the brothers Russo reckon they're going to be involved with?
We love working with Marvel. We haven't talked about anything beyond Avengers 4, but certainly, to do another movie with them and another, the question is, what will we do after Infinity War? We're either gonna go really small or really, really big. So
yeah, that's the thing, because you're doing one of the biggest storylines ever. Do you reckon you could ever then strip it back and be like, we're gonna do this tiny little character. We're gonna do Howard the Duck.
We could.
I think so. I mean, look, Joe and I throughout our whole careers, if you look at our road that we've traveled as filmmakers, we started with very, very low budget indie filmmaking that has evolved into like TV and then big films, small films. We love to shift gears. That's part of like what keeps us creatively energized, is like we keep changing things up on ourselves, providing us new mediums to play in, new sandboxes to play in. So that is that's something we would welcome. I mean, we love doing what we're doing. We've definitely developed a lot of skill for this type of filmmaking, and we love it. But sort of changing it up is always good too.
So there we are then, the future of the MCU. If you like that, then check out our in-depth professional investigation as to the whereabouts of Hawkeye, or have a look at this massive MCU timeline in chronological order. It's a beast.